Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having a great day or night in Jesus. You know, I like to bring good conservative resources and commentaries to our attention, and because I do realize that it only takes one generation for truth to be lost. And this is never brought home more so than like when I go to a Baker used Christian books up in Grand Rapids, when you find all this incredible stuff, unbelievable, from the 1920s, 1880s, sometimes the 1700s, and nobody's ever even heard of it. You know, maybe when I say nobody, I'm talking about, you know, maybe some obscure scholar somewhere knows about it, but almost nobody knows about it. And so it really does only take one generation for truth to be lost. So a lot of our forebears, a lot of the commentaries. Now, when I say this, resources, I'm in no way endorsing their entire theological concepts and all that. So one of the guys I'd like to present is Harry Ironside. Harry Ironside, he was pastor of Moody Memorial Church for quite some time. I think he may have gotten what he got from God during a Moody revival in the 1880s. But he was a voluminous writer who's known as the Archbishop of Fundamentalism. And he was dispensational, kind of followed C.I. Scofield in that. But like, I've done a review on some of his stuff here, maybe some of his commentaries, and he's got one about cremation as a Christian, which is very good, because most people are like, oh, you're dead, what's it matter? But when you go through the Bible, it does seem like it was people that were not Christians that were burning, and people that were Christians that took care to bury. This goes way back into Genesis, so it's something like, you know, God cared about. Now, that being said, of course, God can resurrect you if you've been burnt. Martyrs burn at the stake and all of this kind of stuff. But I do find it fascinating just how people view the image of God and that type thing. So Harry Ironside, again, he was not Pentecostal, and he probably made a couple bad statements against Pentecostalism over the years that I don't particularly care for. But at the same time, he's going to give you a literal interpretation of Scripture, a literal view of Scripture, and for that, he's to be commended. So he's not in my top 5 of commentaries, and he's really not in my top 10. I've used him off and on for probably over 30 years, and he's never risen to the top for me. It may be different for you. I know a lot of people who love his stuff, and I think some Pentecostals even love his stuff as well. So anyhow, but I did want to bring him to your attention because he's good for a just a conservative look at Scripture. And I'm very much a Bible literalist, unless the Bible talks about imagery and apocalyptic literature and that type thing. So God bless. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Join us daily and share with your friends, and subscribe and hit the bell notification. And much obliged, as they used to say. God bless. We love you. Bye-bye.